Damien's probably the funniest dude. See, he tried to put it on me and get me some pressure. He really the funniest dude. But really, to be honest with you, we really like hand to hand. To be honest, I mean, we kind of feed off each other. So whenever he's in the room, I get funny, and whenever I'm around, he gets funny too.
Football's a tough game, and
Yeah.
sometimes you need someone to break the,
Oh, you got, yeah.
How important is it to have a character like that?
You got to have some people that can motivate you, whether it's, let's go, or some guys that can give you a couple laughs. I mean, because this game is pretty difficult. So just to have people like that, it kind of makes the time go by.
Who was that guy last year?
To be honest with you, it was probably Tim Williams, Ryan Anderson, Ruben at times. I mean, we had guys like that would just be flat out funny, and you'll forget that you had 2 a day the next day. So, guys like that.
Are you ever funny in a game?
That's a good question. I think there would be like little spurts, like right after a play or right after a series. Somebody will do something weird, or they'll fall funny or something like that. We'll kind of laugh about it, but then we'll refocus. Yeah.
Coach Saban kind of has a reputation of being kind of a no-nonsense stick.
Mm-hmm.
How does that sort of mesh with his?
Yeah.
Do you guys like wait till he leaves the room to kind of do this kind of stuff, or how does that work?
To be honest with you, Coach Saban it does a good job of being funny when it's time to be funny. See, a lot of people only see him when he's serious because, I mean, obviously he's doing an interview. He's, trying to, show that he's focused, in which he is. But, I mean, he does have a personality just like we all do. So, I mean, just if you catch it, you catch it.
How are you using last year as an extra championship? Are you putting it out of your head, or is it motivation?
Oh, it's obviously motivation. Just to come from a loss like that, you kind of just, think about all the things that you could have did, and you try to correct it. Like, really, to be honest with you, during this time, during camp, because it's really probably the part where you really kind of get your chemistry going with your team. So just from that loss, we've been really just been thinking about it at the same time, but moving forward and learning from it, because we know in a game like that, you got to finish. You got to finish in the fourth quarter, and that's one of the main things that have been motivating us this season.
You played 97 snaps in that game, and,
Yeah.
and then after not, playing that for the majority of the season, what was that like?
It was definitely a challenge. To be honest with you, with any defender who has to play that many snaps, you gotta not only be physically ready, but mentally ready. Be taking that type of banging, constant, each and every play, and then be able to come from banging to be able to recognize formations and, listen to your coach with schemes and stuff like that. So it's pretty difficult, but I think this time right now during camp is kind of what gets us ready for certain games like that.
How helpful was Sean Dion at that time?
Say it again.
How helpful was Sean Dion at that time?
Oh, he's very helpful. It was almost like me and Sean Dion kind of traded places as far as when Sean Dion was playing, I was giving these guys motivation. Whatever I could do, I would try to do those things, whether it was just me basically just being in his ear like, hey, you had this and that, or he's kind of tired, let's go. It was little things like that, and he basically did the same thing that I was doing when I was in the game, and he did that in the last game. And he was basically just telling me all the things that I was doing wrong to correct, and he really just motivating me to play better.
Rashaan, how is last night's scrimmage going, and what are you going to be working on now this week in practice?
Really just kind of the same things. We really kind of work on our weaknesses, but sometimes we even work even more on our strengths as well too, just to kind of make sure we perfect everything. And that's kind of how we do. We always got like a certain, Coach Saban has basically been kind of telling us to basically go out there and have a purpose when you practice. It has to be a day where you think about, okay, if I want to just get better at pass rushing, I'm going to just work hard on pass rushing, and then just practice however I practice, each and every day with other stuff. So that's kind of how I've been practicing lately.
Rashaan, you've been mentioned as possibly still playing some outside.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer inside to outside or outside to inside, and are you working both? Or?
Yeah, I've been working both, and I love both, to be honest. It gives me ability to be creative. With pass rushing, I love to do different moves and just to try to get to the quarterback. And even when I'm in, inside, I can just move and do other things, tackle guys, cover, and that just gives me the ability to kind of show my athleticism.
Rashaan, do you see a different attitude or focus on this team?
Absolutely. To be honest with you, even with the fact that we got a lot of young guys, these guys, they come out to work and they love working. And I think that's really, to be honest with you, it goes with the atmosphere that we have on our team, the type of guys we got on our team. We got a lot of guys that come out there, they have fun with it. They don't just go out there knowing that, oh, we got another practice. It's like, hey, let's get this work and, let's have fun with it.
The last 2 years have y'all set and reset these sack total numbers, 52, 54. But a lot of those guys are gone now. How much do y'all use that? Do you think this defense can do that again?
Absolutely. I mean, just the reason why I came out, I wanted challenges. I wanted to be the hardest possible thing for me because I knew if I could overcome it, that would just show me how great I really am. And I think that's what everybody on this team, to be honest with you, we want to be the best we can be. So regardless if it was 2 million of those things, like we would try to top it. So that's kind of how it is.
Scouting Florida State, watching some film, what have you seen from Francois and Akers and the rest of the offense?
Oh, they're athletes. Francois, he's obviously had a year up on his belt, so like I was saying, he feels a lot more comfortable now that he's in the pocket. The fact that he's got a little year up on his belt and he's got an arm too as well. He can get it out there to some great athletes as well. The receivers look very fast. They look agile. They look like they can get from point A to point B pretty fast. And just looking at those guys, like I said, man, it just motivates us to practice even harder so that we're ready when it comes time.
What do you see from Dylan Moses, and do you see a lot of yourself in his game?
Absolutely. Dylan is consistently just learning each and every day, and with him, he's a guy that likes to work. Like I said, he comes out to practice each and every day, ready to work, regardless of if it's raining, hot, sleet, snow, whatever it is. Man, he's coming out to work, and just with any guy that's a freshman or even just a junior or whatever it is, man, I'm just there to basically just mentor those guys so they can be the best that they can be.
Do you think he's the kind of a player that can play both, though, like you, like
Absolutely.
outside and inside?
Absolutely. I see that in him. I even see it in guys like Ben Davis, Vandarius Coleman, who else? Even Matt can rush a little bit as well. So all of those guys, we got a lot of athletic guys that can do both of those things, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they pan out in their careers.
Thanks, Rashaan.